Hello, it's Marni Penner, and I'm an anxiety coach and a happiness coach. And today I'd like to talk about an emotion that we very rarely talk about, but that haunts so many of us and often pushes us down into anxiety, depression, or anger. This emotion is guilt about the past. Guilt that we did something in the past that might have hurt someone or that did hurt someone, or guilt about what we did not do in the past that we feel we should have done, guilt about how we felt in the past and we shouldn't have felt that way, guilt about something in the past, and it keeps haunting us because we feel like we hurt someone, maybe hurt someone for life, or may have hurt someone for life. And this is an emotion we rarely talk about, and we don't really know how to go about dealing with it. People say, well, just go ask for forgiveness from the person and just forgive yourself, move on. And this is something that is just easier said than done, right? And I'd like to tell my own story of a really horrible guilt that I felt about something that I felt I had done in the past, and how I was able to overcome it, and how you can overcome your guilt as well. One of my sons has special needs. He is visually impaired, and he has speech problems and memory problems. And as it was becoming clear that there was something wrong, I knew what had caused it. It was my decision as well as the dental industry. And this guilt was, first I was in denial, and then I had this horrible guilt that would haunt me every hour of every day. It was preventing me from having a good relationship with my son because I felt like there was a wall between us, because I felt that I had caused his condition and I had caused it for life, and it was due to something that I had done. And so my mind was not in the present moment with my son. It was about what I should have done, what I could have done. You know, it was in an alternate reality that didn't in fact exist. So I'm going to tell you how I was able to free myself from this guilt from the past. So in my head, there were two paths kind of competing with each other. There was the real path, let's put it on this side of the screen. There was the real path of what actually happened in the past, what I actually did, and where we are today, okay? So this is path A. This is what actually happened, okay? And here is the current present of what is today. You know, my son is who he is today, I am who I am today, and this is what actually happened in the past, okay? Now, the problem was, in my head, there was this alternate reality, let's put it over here, of what I could have done, what I should have done, what I shouldn't have done, what I couldn't, what I didn't do, but that I could have done. There was this alternate path of what I could have done, and that led to an alternate reality in my mind that was haunting me every day. In this reality, my son was fine, and I hadn't done anything wrong. Okay, so this is what happens when we have guilt about the past. We have the actual path of what actually happened and where we are today, and we have an alternate reality path of what could have happened and where we could have been today. Okay, and so what happens, and what was happening for me, was that this alternate reality was so strong in my mind, and it was haunting me every hour of every day. And so the solution to freeing ourselves from guilt of the past is not forgiving ourselves. Like, we have been trying to forgive ourselves since the minute that event happened. You know, what does that mean, forgive ourselves? You know, we don't know how to do it. But what you can do, and what I did, was I was able to accept the path that actually happened and the present that is today. And I was able to no longer see that alternate path. I made it disappear. There is no alternate path. That past that I was imagining and that alternate reality doesn't exist. And so I had a coach friend lead me through a process to make that alternate reality disappear and have me embrace the real path that I took and the real reality that exists today. That is how we free ourselves from guilt from the past. And there's a very similar process that I use to help people free themselves from shame. It only took me 24 hours to free myself from this guilt, from that alternate path. It completely disappeared. I was able to be present with my son, looking into his eyes, laughing with him, joking with him. That wall that had been between us completely disappeared. And I was able to accept the present that was, accept my son the way he was, and live in the present and have a wonderful life together, you know? So, yeah, let me know if you'd like to find out more about how I help people free themselves from guilt about the past, free themselves from that alternate reality that has been haunting them. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.